Hey, I'm up in the Calaveras National Forest around Big Trees, Highway 4 in California, and today I wanted to explain why JRPGs are the best genre. Now, obviously that's not it's not like a blanket definite statement. They're my favorite genre, and a number of my closest friends just hate JRPGs. They just don't like them at all. And so I want to explain why I like them, and then you guys can explain why you don't think JRPGs are the best genre. But basically, it's just an adventure. It's just this wild adventure where you get to meet a bunch of weird characters. That's my favorite thing about JRPGs is recruiting characters, building a party. The more the merrier, right? Obviously that's not 100% true because the more characters there are, generally they tend to be less unique. But I just like going through a story, recruiting a bunch of new characters to my party, and seeing who can do anything different. Sometimes when you have too many characters, like Suikoden, they say 108. Not everyone is a combatant. Not everyone participates in combat. Sometimes you're recruiting, shopkeepers and other services like that. But when you have, say, for example, 100 playable characters, they're not always going to be super uh, unique. Chrono Cross had a bunch of playable characters. I'd say 9 to 12 characters playable is the sweet spot. 12's a lot. Now that I'm thinking about that, I said that. I'm hearing it. 12 sounds like a lot. I'd say 9. 9 to 12 is good though. But things like Final Fantasy, Breath of Fire, I just love that because it comes down to the battle mechanics. You generally get to explore at your own pace. You're, in general, are not forced into moving at any particular pace. You could spend time just fighting monsters out in the world map and grinding out levels, or you can go through dungeons and look for treasure. There are funny things that I dislike about JRPGs that make me like them more. I know that sounds weird, but say for example, you go through a town, you get to a new town, and then you see, oh, it's a mithril sword, but then in the back of your mind you're thinking, wait a second, I know there's a dungeon coming up. I know there's a strong chance I'm going to find a mithril sword in the dungeon, so why should I buy it now, right? Because sometimes you'll get screwed over. You'll go and buy some equipment, you go through the dungeon, great, you found one. Now you have extras that you don't need. And then sometimes when you guess it right, and then you do find the equipment in the dungeon, it's like catharsis, like I knew it, and I was right. That thing's kind of fun. Also kind of annoying though when you end up buying it and then you end up getting it for free in a dungeon later on. But it's just a matter of playing through the game, and then you encounter different enemies and you find new towns, and I like seeing what's this town's deal. you know Sometimes, say for example, like Breath of Fire 1 and 2, the towns don't necessarily change that much, but I like going into a town and people saying, oh man, there's just this giant toad monster. He kind of sucks, he's eating the children. It really, what a bummer. And then you go and defeat the giant toad monster. Then you go back into the town and you talk to people, and they'll say, "Wow, thanks for defeating the giant toad monster. You're a hero. You saved our town." I like that. I like seeing the change that you bring to those various environments. And in many other genres, you don't necessarily get to see the effect that you have on the world. With JRPGs, generally you get to see the effect as the NPC dialogue changes based on your progress through the game. I actually like running into a boss that just absolutely, you think you're doing fine with the enemy mobs, and then you get to the boss and the tits in the ringer now, and you are getting thrashed. So then you go and you think, all right, I'm just going to grind out some levels. I'm going to get some more magic spells, some equipment, something. I got to do something, level up your jobs or whatnot. And then you get to the boss, and then you tear him a pie hole there, and that's fun. That's so cool. It's like, yeah, satisfying. And that's something that you get with level progression from JRPG mechanics, and that's basically why JRPGs are the best genre. Obviously, I'm not saying that this genre is better than your favorite. It's my favorite. Anyway, it's just a talking point. I enjoy them. They're my favorite genre. I specifically say JRPG because RPGs is a very wide blanket statement these days. So JRPG is very much, the traditional explore the world, recruit some party members, walk around town, and get some equipment, get some magic, have fun. you know. And of course you have things that are quite a bit different. Say for example, Parasite Eve. Oh man, I would love to play a remake of Parasite Eve where the player character doesn't run so slowly. That's a game where you see the character in the animation and she's moving along the screen, Aya, and I think you should be moving faster than that, and based on the animation that it's going. I love, the legend of mana, the secret of mana. So what are your favorite JRPGs? Okay, take care, everyone. And if you are in California, if you're looking for a place to hike, Highway 4, Big Trees in California, there's a number of great camping spots. There's great hiking around here. There's a logging museum in Arnold. Fantastic. This is a beautiful part of the world. So if you're in California, look up Big Trees, look up Arnold. In Dorrington, there's a Lube Room Saloon. It's one of my favorite places to stop, grab a bite to eat, get a refreshing beverage, head out, do some more hiking, go camping, meet some people, chat, have fun. It's just beautiful here. Okay, I don't have a computer to do editing right now, so I can't just add in other footage, but in some upcoming videos, I'll put some video of the environment here. Take care, everyone. All right, I'll see you.